I'm going to run through a pelvic floor workout with you. So whilst we're using the pelvic floor and focusing on that area, we're also going to come into using the core and the glutes and just bringing this kind of whole area of the body together, working and helping each other and building up some strength. So with all the exercises, I'm going to show where we'd start and then how we can increase the intensity as we go on. So you really need to listen to your body and work out exactly where your body's at the moment and what exercises feel best for you. So we're going to come up to standing to begin with. We're going to come into a little bit of squat work. So I'm going to warm up our glutes. So I'm going to take my feet hip width apart and I'm going to sink down into my chair pose. So I've got my core pulled in, my pelvic floor's lifted. I'm pulling everything in so that I'm protecting my lower back. We're going to come to a nice full body movement. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms down, bring it up. Exhale, release down. So we're going through this nice flow, full body movement, sinking as low as we can. And then maybe coming into a little bit of a back bend at the top if that feels nice. So we're just flowing through, building it up. We'd go through this for about 10 to 12 reps. To increase the intensity on this exercise, we can sink low, bring the arms up in line with the ears, and we can come to pulses. So just small pulses, nice, steady movement. Another way to increase the intensity here is coming to heel raises. So we can do alternate, and then we can build into both at the same time. So that's a really nice exercise to start and warm up on. Another one we can do is coming into a deeper squat. So this is more like our goddess pose. We're going to take it wider, the toes are pointed out, and we're going to bring it down and up. So again, the bum's coming out, so we're sinking into this deep squat. We're really coming into this pelvic floor area now, but again, the glutes and the core are working all in sync together. So we bring the arms in, we inhale, exhale. Same kind of move we were doing with that first one. So again, this is where we'd start, and then we can increase the intensity on this again. So again, we can sink down, bring the arms in line with the ears and come to pulses. Keeping that core nice and strong. Again, with this, we can come to heel raises, alternate heel raises, side to side. Or we can come to both at the same time. Nice, strong movement, just taking it as far as feels good. And then we're going to release out, nice and steady. Okay, from there, we're going to bring it down onto the mat. So it's nice to start standing. Like I say, we then really warm the glutes up, get the glutes helping, and then we're going to come into some floor exercises. So one of the best ways to work our pelvic floor is coming into our bridge pose. So you're going to release down to the mat. We're going to have the legs about hip width apart, heels are as close to the bum as we can get. Arms are by the side, and we're going to come through a flow. So as you inhale, you're bringing the hips up high into your bridge, and you're bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, release back down. So we're coming through this flow. Inhale. Exhale. So again, it's that full body movement. And we're really working through, again, the pelvic floor, the glutes and the core all coming together. So if this feels nice, we stay with this. But again, we can start to increase the intensity. We can bring the arms up overhead and we can come to some pulses. Nice, steady pulses. We're pushing the hips high, weights coming through the heels. We can then take it that step further again. So we can come to those heel raises, start alternate, so we're just isolating each glute. And then again, we can come to both at the same time. So now we're just increasing the depth that we're coming to. We can even bring it up onto the tiptoes, both tiptoes, and pulse up and down. Nice deep breathing. And then to release, just sink the heels back down, release the spine down to the mat, bring the knees in, and just take a nice little movement on the spine. So again, we've got bridge is a really nice way to work our pelvic floor, but we've got some extensions we can do from there. So we can bring it up into that bridge. This time we're going to keep the arms by the side for stability, and we're going to come to marches. We're going to bring the knee towards the nose. Nice steady movement. So our hips are high in that bridge, cores engaged. We can feel that pelvic floor really lifting here. Glutes are nice and warm now, so they're really helping us as well. And we come through this nice movement. Again, we can take the intensity up by bringing just that right leg up, and we're going to lift and lower. So we're coming to these pulses, and now we're isolating and working each glute separately. This is really nice because you'll have one weaker side, so it's a great way to warm both sides up and get them working together. So I'm going to release that leg down. We're going to come to the other side. Nice deep breathing. Bring that foot down. Release the hips back down. Bring soles of the feet together and just let the legs relax. Take a little bit of movement here. Another bridge move we can do is coming up into a bridge in this position. This is intense, and again, you're going to see how it feels. So you've got soles of the feet together, we're pushing together, arms are out by the side, and we are lifting and lowering. So I'm really lifting high. You don't have to lift as high. You can come to more like a pelvic tilt. So we're tucking under and releasing. So you take the movement as big as you want. And again, you can increase the intensity by holding up small pulses up at the top. And then we release back down. Again, bring knees into the chest. Take a nice little roll. We're going to now come into a little bit of work with the lower core. This is where you really want to test how the body's feeling and listen to it. So we're going to come to reverse tabletop. This is the best way to come into this lower core. And now that we've warmed up all these muscles around, it's going to help. So we're going to take the arms out to the side. We're going to come to toe taps, alternate toes coming down. So you'll see the legs don't change shape. They're still in that 90 degree. I'm literally just hinging at my hips. So we've got loads of extensions we can add on to increase the intensity of this. So we can stay with this, or if we want to bring it more into the upper core, we bring the hands behind the head and we just lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Again, that's just, you don't need to do that. You can keep it on the mat if that feels better. The next step would be bringing the toes down together. So we're bringing both legs down together. We're keeping that head and shoulders nice and relaxed if they're lifted, and we're just breathing nice and deeply. Another extension we can come to is taking the leg out. So now we're extending the leg out long. Again, head and shoulders can stay down. The leg doesn't need to come as low as mine is. We can start maybe at 45 degrees and find what feels good and start to work towards this release lower to the mat. A final one, if it feels good, is coming to both legs at the same time. Again, head and shoulders can be down. And you just build the intensity. Maybe you can try a couple and then come back to the other options. So just work with how you feel. Going to release back down, hug the knees in, and take a little movement on the spine. Final one I'm going to show you. We're going to bring it round. We're going to come to clamshells. So I'm going to take my left arm out and I'm going to bring my head down onto my arm. So my legs are in 90 degrees, my feet are together, and my heels are in line with my bum when I bring it onto the mat. So from here, we're lifting and lowering that top leg. Nice, steady movement. And again, we can increase the intensity on these clamshells as well. So we can bring that top leg up and come to some smaller pulses. Or taking it up another level, we can bring the feet off the mats. We take the feet up, same position, but just the feet lifted, and we come to that movement again. So this is just a wider range of movement, and it's bringing it a little bit deeper. And again, we can keep that top leg lifted and come to those small pulses. And release back down. And then you would come over and complete it on the other side. So they are some really nice exercises to get the pelvic floor warmed up and working, and also get the core and the glutes working with it. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch. I'm more than happy to help. Otherwise, I hope that's good and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.